Vivo is back with a new mid-ranger, the Vivo V40. What changes have come about since we saw the last model? I'm Will for GSM Arena, and let's find out in our Vivo V40 review. The Vivo V30 came out just a few months ago, and we already have its sequel, the Vivo V40. These mid-rangers are known for their solid cameras, and they also have good battery life and fast charging. And even with the quick turnaround since the last generation, we got upgrades like better ingress protection, stereo speakers, and a larger battery. The V40 has an eye-catching design. Ours is in the purple colorway, and the glass back is matte with a silky and somewhat sparkly texture. The design of the camera island is also unique. Both the back and the front of the phone curve into a thin plastic frame, and the phone feels solid in hand. And like I mentioned, the ingress protection has improved. It's rated at IP68/IP69 here, compared to the IP54 splash proofing on the previous model. The display of the phone is again a curved 6.78-inch OLED with a 1260p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. The display is protected by shot-hardened glass, and it looks great. It's contrasty and sharp at 453 ppi, plus it has support for HDR10+ video. The display's brightness has improved a bit. We measured around 560 nits maximum with the manual slider, and this can boost to around 1300 nits in auto mode, good for comfy use outdoors. And this screen's high refresh rate can dial down from a smooth 120Hz to 60Hz when the phone is idling to save energy. Like I mentioned, the audio setup has been upgraded. The previous model had only a single speaker, but now there's a pair of stereo speakers. They have very good loudness and sound very clean and crisp. The Vivo V40 has an under-display fingerprint reader for biometrics and is fast and reliable. And the phone can come with 128, 256, or 512 gigs of storage, and that's not expandable through microSD. Just like its predecessor did, the Vivo V40 comes with FunTouch OS 14 on top of Android 14. You get a bunch of options to customize the looks and animations of the interface. And holding the volume down key with the screen off can be used as a shortcut to launch an app or do a certain task. Vivo doesn't explicitly say how much support the V40 will get, but it's expected to be 2 major OS updates and 3 years of security patches. One thing that hasn't changed is the chipset. It's again a Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. So as expected, the performance is just the same as it was on the Vivo V30. In benchmarks, the scores are solid for the class. While you can find more powerful phones in this price range, there's enough power here for the V40 to run smoothly and even do some gaming. The sustained performance is excellent as well. Throughout our prolonged stress test, there was almost no thermal throttling at all. The V40 has a larger battery than its predecessor at 5500 mAh. The V30's battery life was already great, and the V40 does even better, earning an excellent active use score of 16 hours and 37 minutes in our tests. Like the V30, the V40 supports 80-watt fast charging, but this time you don't get a charger in the box in all markets. With the V30's charger, we were able to charge the V40 from 0 to 66% in half an hour, and a full charge took 46 minutes. And now we have the cameras, which have been tweaked a bit. You still have a 50-megapixel main cam, but it has a different sensor and a Zeiss-branded lens this time around. That's paired with a 50-megapixel ultrawide camera with autofocus. That's the same as the V30's. And like before, there's an aura fill light on the back of the phone, and you can adjust the color of the light too. The main camera produces 12.5-megapixel photos due to pixel binning, and these shots are pretty detailed, with nice colors and good contrast. They are slightly on the soft side though, and there's a tendency to overexpose. Shots of people look pretty good, with skin tones and textures coming through well. Besides the default Zeiss Vivid mode, there's also a Zeiss Textured mode available for a slightly darker and grittier look. And Zeiss Natural mode produces a more desaturated and natural look. 2x digital zoom from the main cam is just okay. The results are softer than the regular shots. At night, the Vivo V40 makes use of an automatic night mode, and it does a good job. The photos are detailed and have nice colors. They're clean too, with little noise. Both shadows and highlights are well developed, and light sources are rarely blown out. The ultra-wide cam also produces 12.5 megapixel photos, and they're quite nice, with plenty of detail and good-looking colors. There is some edge softness, and the dynamic range could be better. Still, this is one of the better ultra-wide cameras in this price range. Not to mention, since it has autofocus, this ultra-wide can take macro close-ups as well. At night, the ultra-wide cam's photos have plenty of detail and good dynamic range. They are a bit noisy though. Selfies come from a 50 megapixel front-facing cam with autofocus, and they're impressive. They come out detailed and sharp, with true-to-life colors and natural skin tones. The dynamic range is also good. The Vivo V40 records videos in 4K with all of its cameras. That's an improvement as the V30's ultra-wide could only shoot in 1080p. The main cam's footage has good contrast, sharpness, and detail, and vibrant colors too. We were also impressed by the overall rendition. The ultra-wide camera captures solid 4K video as well, similar to the main camera. The video stabilization also does a great job with either camera. At night, the main camera produces decent videos. They're a little soft and noisy, but the dynamic range is okay, and there's plenty of detail. So there you have it, the Vivo V40. It's quite solid overall, with a nice display and excellent battery life, and we're happy that we get stereo speakers and full ingress protection here. You can find competitors with a more powerful chipset and longer software support, but overall the Vivo V40 is a well-rounded mid-range phone with plenty of nice features, and it's worth checking out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for alternatives, one option is the Motorola Edge 50 Pro, or you can check out our review of the Samsung Galaxy A55. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.